Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac. We're doing random runs. My confidence is back. Don't do it. You wouldn't do it. Oh, okay. Well, Maggie runs, not that disappointing. Remember when everybody hated Maggie? Maybe we still do. MZVJ8E7M. Why did we hate Maggie? We hated Maggie because her speed was low. I guess I've exhausted myself from that, meta by doing Eden runs for like the past 6 months or so at the very least. Please come down this way. Thank you very much. We'll take our spirit heart, maybe at the end of the floor. You know what? It pays to be smart. It is a curse of the labyrinth. We actually should have taken the spirit heart right away, but we were unpenalized as a result of the fact that we have the super bandage right off the bat. Yeah, Maggie is not a universally beloved character. You don't need me to give the Maggie introduction, probably. You know, it's like every time you watch a game of your favorite sports team, the Chicago Bulls had their heyday in the 1990s. You're like, I know, dog. I just want to see them play the New Orleans Pelicans, okay? Is that still a team? Did the Pelicans get... Why would I pick the Pelicans? I could have taken any team in the NBA. I took the one that might not even exist anymore. Charlotte Pelicans? New Orleans? Oklahoma City Thunder? Come on, NBA. It's just too many basketball teams. There should really only be like 4 sports teams in every professional league. And they should, at least one of each should be based in Vancouver, as far as I'm concerned. Do the math. Sheeple doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, what do we need as Maggie? Well, we're going to get a deal with the devil on this floor whether we want to or not. We do want to, but there's pretty much no avoiding it to begin with here. And we really want damage. Like, all stats upgrades, of course, are always nice. Fruitcake's interesting, but I think it's, like, not quite good enough to get excited about. And then, I mean, it's kind of a bummer that we end up going for the wafer, but it's like, oh, hey, your dad is like, Bill Gates, and he's gonna get you a car for your 16th birthday. And you're like, what do you want? Oh, I'd really like a Mazda Miata. And then he comes back, and it's like, a bulky sedan or SUV, but it's a Mercedes. You're like, I wanted the sportiness of the Mazda Miata, but you've actually gotten me such a nice vehicle that I can't be mad, even though it's not exactly what I wanted, That's a situation I think we can all relate to when your billionaire father buys you a luxury vehicle on your 16th birthday. But it's like the wafer is the Rolls Royce or the Mercedes or the Porsche Cayenne in this situation. You're like, I really wanted, like, just a meat or something like that would have been fine, but you've given me, like, a 9 out of 10 quality item. Even if it is a defensive item, I've got to say, respect, thank you very much. Unfortunately, HP is not going to be the only thing that's going to save us on this run. Eventually, we're going to need some DPS, because we are in, like, this is the kind of environment where, like, a train wreck could happen. And I don't want to build it up as if, like, that's a guarantee or anything like that, because it's certainly not, but, yeah, definitely going to get hit there. But it could happen pretty easily. It's like, a delicious slice of cake or something like that, high in sugar. You eat it, it tastes nice, but it's also a breeding ground potentially for bacteria if you don't take proper food safety conditions. So there's Magic Mushroom. We have 6 HP on the first floor. First 2 floors, I guess, but kind of disgustingly good. Tears upgrade along with it, and then Magic Mush, of course, doubles our damage. Hasn't won us the run, but puts us in a condition where a win is quite likely, I'd say. He does kind of like a scatter shot, and he also creates spiders. I don't really want to just shoot the spiders, but, they are going to be slightly annoying for us. I'm not doing a very good job. Anytime it takes you 2 shots to kill a spider, even with Magic Mush, you're going to want a little bit of ramping up there. I guess I stood in his blind spot, which is lucky for me, and then that time I did not. We should really stand back. No reason to play sloppy just because the game has given us the golden gift of amazing HP so far. Pageant Boy is not horrible, I guess. I would have loved to have gotten a nickel. Would have settled for a luck upgrade. We got neither. And then we get to throw away almost all of our HP on a whim here and create like a weird glass cannon run I actually really, really like. This is like the most dynamic a run has changed this quickly. By the way, if you're wondering why we have the 9-volt, it's because we had Eden's Blessing on the last run. Now, what did we actually take from our deal with the devil there? Well, first off, let's not die. It's amazing how quickly that shift can happen. We had 5 hearts worth of deals on that deal with the devil, which is why we found ourselves, you know, going from 6 HP and a spirit heart to almost nothing at this point. But it could still be worth it if we can just get a demon heart out of it easily. That would be awesome. We got Maw of the Void. We got Incubus. Those are fairly non-negotiable. And then we got Guppy's Collar for the, you know, the early read on the Guppy transformation, which I really like. I'll admit, I'm slightly frightened about the situation overall. But, as long as we can just get, like, some payouts from Maw of the Void early here, or we can find a shop that gives us a Spirit Heart, we should be totally fine. Admittedly, it's probably, like, a little bit too ballsy of a play. Like, it's ballsier than it is actually sensible, but Maw of the Void definitely gives you the ability to claw back from a really bad situation. So, that's pretty much where we're at right now. Like, we haven't taken red heart damage, and we're, 1/2 demon heart up from where we started. It's actually not a bad situation. Like, if we had this... Let me put it this way. We have routinely had this much HP without the advantage of all the extra damage that we have right now on runs that are particularly bad. So, I think we made a conscious decision that was fairly intelligent to parlay our ridiculous HP into kind of ridiculous damage upgrades early on. HP is usually easier to come by then damage, although of course, oh, that was a little ballsy. And by ballsy, I just mean stupid. There's nothing ballsy about taking damage. Oh, it's so ballsy how you stand on the freaking train tracks while a train's coming. Have my baby. Not that I'm bitter or anything. Just that I don't know how many times I've rallied against this or railed against this in videos, but as someone who is generally risk averse. Throw a bomb down here. And who isn't into things like... Ooh, Parasite I will take. Isn't into things like skydiving. That was not the right place to place that bomb. You know, I'm not much of a thrill seeker, you know. When Vin Diesel in the movie Triple X says, you gotta stop thinking Prague Police, start thinking PlayStation. I'm the guy who's like, I was thinking Prague Police. Also, when I think PlayStation, I think of like Crash Bandicoot. I don't think of shooting a, you know, shoulder-mounted rocket-propelled grenade into a police car, but maybe that's just me being a prude. I don't know. I think I'll try it, and it was money well spent. But it always gets me, you know. I hear about these stories, and I guess they'd happen when I was in high school as well. People will be like, "Let's go down to the quarry and, you know, do a cliff dive," and you're like, you know what? Let's just do that. You know, you hear these news stories, and you're like, kid died after, you know, jumping off a bridge into the quarry to go swimming. And then you tell people that and they go, yeah, but that guy was stupid. Why was he stupid? Oh, he dove wrong. You know, I'm immune to that. You think you're immune when you're young, but you're not necessarily. So for those of you out there in high school right now and, you know, your friends are like, hey, let's play Pokemon Go on the train tracks. And you're like, I'd rather just read a Jane Austen novel. Yo, this one's for you. Let's have a toast to the avid readers out there. It's not boring, it's sensible. And you know what? It's the kind of thing we grow up. I'm 27 now, which I also mention in every video as if I'm bothered by it in some respects, but I'm obviously not. But couldn't bother me less. If you get to this point, you know, I've been out of high school for literally 10 years this year. And all the people that I knew in high school who were, like, thrill seekers, now they're living that, like, domestic life more than anybody I know. You know, like, I'm a young professional in an urban environment here. I'm going to school to learn something technically minded. I'm spending my life getting yelled at by teenagers on the internet. It's a very modern life. The dudes who were like, hey, let's do a drag race, they now have 2 kids. And, you know, what does their Saturday look like? Let's have, like, 2 Molson Canadians and take our kid on the bouncy castle. There's nothing wrong with that either, but, you know, I strongly believe that you gotta come to terms with that balance, because we're all gonna end up being there. You know, there's a reason you don't see too many 80-year-old, you know, Evel Knievels. Eventually, the domestic life catches up with you. It catches up with us all. I think if you enjoy it at a young age, you should embrace it. I've embraced it. You still got to be able to expand your horizons. Oh my god, dude. Why would I want the hourglass? Don't be ridiculous. But you know, it's the people that were really into the thrill-seeking stuff when I was younger that now are living the most domestic lives of all. And the only... I'm gonna try that instead of just using it to fight Mega Satan, which I guess, you know, maybe we should, but... The only thrill that they have in their lives now is the occasional DUI. I joke mostly, but still, like, I'm not condoning drunk driving. I'm just making a joke about the fact that I grew up in an area that was not necessarily the most well-educated when it comes to that. Anyway, we are going to grab our pennies here. Not a single luck upgrade so far. I haven't really had to talk about the run for a couple of minutes here because although our HP is not amazing, it is really just not amazing. It's not bad. It's not like I'm using it as like a shorthand for like our HP sucks. It's actually like renewable-ish and also semi-decent to begin with. We totally have a beat on Boss Rush and we are not really concerned about things because we're losing way less HP. At least right now we're losing way less HP per floor than we're actually gaining. So, oh, I can't believe I got hit there. We need to play a little sounder. Like, as much as I do think that my confidence has gone up recently in the Isaac sphere, you know, those 2 keeper wins really brought me back from the brink of being like, I just won 69 runs in a row and now I can't win like an Isaac run. What's happening? I've been brought back from the brink there, but that doesn't mean there's not room for improvement, you know? Confidence is good until it leads to complacency. Small rock, please. It's a golden chest. We are low on keys and our shop contained none, which is a bummer, but second secret room. Bombs are key. We haven't seen a bombs or key pill in forever. They take it out of the game or something. Tears down. Relax. Tears down. All classics. Alright, we should garner a deal with the devil here. Although we had an XL floor last time, so we've only burned off 1 floor of deal with the devil penalty. We're still in like a ridiculous positive standpoint. So I think the game is going to continue to imbue us with the luck that we desire. And there we go. It's not even Krampus. I don't know how much HP we have, but we must have at least 1. So I think the right play here is we take Cambion Conception. We play you twice. Use this. Play you 2 times again. Pop the Chariot. Play you as many times as we can. Hope for a payout. If we don't get 1, maybe that's 2 of hearts and we can finance a little more. We did get ceremonial robes and it was 2 of hearts. Then we'll take the pentagram just for the damage. And, you know, we got lucky to get the payout when we did, but I also think we pretty much could not have handled that better. Yeah, that's a really good situation to be in. We're on Necropolis 2 already. It's 11 minutes into the run. We have Curse of the Blind, which is a bummer. And we have no keys, which is like a super bummer. But we are in a disgustingly good position apart from those 2 factors. I suppose also we could use 1 Demon Heart. So, for you know, finding absolutely anything on planet Earth to complain about, I am missing a single Demon Heart. I totally forgot that we have the wafer as well, so we really do not have our HP effectively halved when we go down to the womb, which is a big deal. Most of the time, as soon as you go down to the womb, it's a little bit of a shock to the system, but we don't necessarily have reason to be concerned about that right now. That was also pretty bad damage. We could go do boss rush at 12 minutes into the run, but honestly, like, I'm very confident. If you look at the items that excuse me. If you look at the items that we've gotten on this run, I mean, how could I not be confident? Fate's Reward, not that amazing. Apart from that, a lot of really, really good stuff there. And this is only dating back to the 2nd freaking floor at this point. It's not like we picked all this stuff up, you know, instantly 2 floors ago. Like, this is an aggregate from a while ago, but I guess the matchbook not that amazing either, but, you know, maybe we'll need these bombs at some point. Feels like a secret room, speaking of which. Keys, please. Bombs are key. It's just another flippin' infested pill. I could use some more stats. And of course, you know, it's always nice to teleport out of boss rush if you get the opportunity to do so, but I could use some more stats. Especially speed, but I wouldn't mind, you know, Tears damage. That's also fine. Dry Baby is also a possible pickup. Like, we're so early for Boss Rush that I feel like we would be really wasting our potential if we didn't look for, other stats or other possible areas for upgrades, you know? That being said, I'm not super interested in going to the arcade, I should say. We got Sackhead, which is ridiculously good. We'll grab that, and I think we'll just donate as much money as they'll let us. We did, on our keeper streak, I say keeper streak, but it wasn't really a streak. And we do now have the teleportation ability. We did mill our donation machine a little bit. Not a ton, but enough. We're getting sacks out of these, which is quite good. But that's pretty much going to do it there. You know what? We have Cambion Conception and a few Demon Hearts awaiting us around on this floor, so I'm not going to crunch the numbers, because that's, generally speaking, that's not the kind of person I am, but I will play this a few times to try to get, like, some Cambion Conception payouts, and if we get Sackhead or something like that, then that's great as well. We don't really need the money for anything. I'll maybe go back and buy a Spirit Heart or something, but we're just trying to get a Cambion Conception payout without putting ourselves too much out here. No real reason to use Yum Heart there. So take Hermit. Might look bad right now, but again, remember, we have the wafer, so I'm not overly concerned about our situation with 7 HP, and hopefully we're a little closer to Cambion Conception than we were when we started. We did get a key. You know what? I think I'm just gonna start by doing this. I was hoping maybe we'd get another key out of it. We got a rune and a card. I'm hoping the card, I guess, is Justice for short-term gain. It's High Priestess. Alright, well, we got Perthro as well. I'm gonna take the Hermit just for now, but technically Perthro may indeed be better. More useful, at least. We really need to use Maw of the Void here. See if we can get some extra Demon Hearts for effectively not doing anything. Super Sloth is pretty good. We're just following the flowchart right now. Another key? No, not another key. Still just 2 keys. And a Lover's card. Sounded very Canadian when I said that. The Lover's card. Is that actually Canadian? I don't know about that. Another Lover's card. Okay. Well. Pilgrim. We should come back here. It'd be weird if I just started to insert a, like, really bad John Wayne impersonation into every video for no reason. I've never seen a John Wayne film. I have seen True Grit, but only the Jeff Bridges remake. And you gotta admit, Mom dying a little bit faster than I would have considered. I always underestimate Maw of the Void, despite knowing that it's a damage upgrade. +1 is nothing to sneeze at. Speaking of which, Cricket's Head. I can't remember if Cricket's Head is a damage multiplier or a damage markiplier. I believe it's a damage multiplier. So, unfortunately, that means it doesn't do anything for us in this situation, because we already have Magic Mush. I think that's how that works. I should really look that up, because that's been coming up. I mean, it's been coming up for a year now, but it's been coming up in videos a lot more regularly recently, which doesn't mean that's liable to continue, but, you know, it means that it would probably be worth the 30-second time investment. Go for it. Oh, that was a fly. I actually thought that we had somehow gotten, like, Sworn Protector. I think that's Burkano again? I thought that we got Sworn Protector. That was Yera, so we got double Perthro runes. Maybe another blank rune as well. That's Awaz. This one's Alges. I was just trying to, like, I don't know what I was hoping for. I guess, like, Endless Burkanos or something like that. But we'll take Perthro with us. I saw the neutral fly, which was actually attached to one of the enemies, and I thought that we got that from Cambion Conception, and I was actually really, really confused for a minute. Well, that was probably, like, my least favorite Perthro ever. But definitely, I do feel like 2020, and by 2020, of course, I mean D20, is the more sensible choice for us right here. It's a great item, if you know how to use it properly, which I'd say, debatably, I don't, but we'll try to use it a little bit regardless. Alright, so far so good. It already got us a health upgrade, and that's the thing, like, sometimes I underestimate it, And then sometimes I realize that if it gives you 1 health upgrade over the course of like 2 floors, it's borderline as good as like, what am I trying to say here? It's borderline as good as the prayer card. Plus, you can use it to gain other consumables and other items in general as well. So the telepathy for dummies reroll sucked. Please, small rock. Okay, I'll take the spirit heart. Won't be happy about it, but I'll take the spirit heart. Which is, I think, a sign that you know it's a good run. When you're a little disappointed you have a spirit heart. Oh, we totally actually got Cambion Conception to pay out, and I didn't notice. We have a leech. How long have we had that for? We haven't been hit in a little while here. I think. It doesn't really matter too much. Okay, so we've already kind of gotten our money's worth from judgments, but let's see if we can't make it work a little bit better on top of that. We can get some serious permanent Polaroid invincibility, and also a lot of plays out of the Demon Judgment. Fanny Pack's fine as well. A lot of plays out of the Demon Judgment, considering that we have the wafer here, so yeah, that's easy payouts. We got Mom's Coin Purse, health downs, which are actually health ups. I think I'm just gonna reroll all 4 of these, honestly. And we got a trinket that I consider useful, the Ace of Spades, and a Hierophant card as well. I know that, by the way, those health upgrades would have, or health downgrades could have become health upgrades after deals with the devil, but kind of seemed like a low tempo play. You know, we're gonna hold those and give up a resource slot for a while just to try to make that work. Not really my style. At least on a run like this where we're kind of, you know, running away with it from a damage perspective. Wow. A little bit of a bummer, but I'm willing to take some damage to pick up some keys at this point. It's kind of I wouldn't say it's urgent, but it's something that's on the to-do list. Maw of the Void, I would say, is an item that makes the Hush slightly more realistic. Something that could actually happen for us here. But it doesn't really matter too much in the end. We're gonna probably, barring a full run reroll, come through in the clutch with our 2nd win in a row. Get excited, everybody. 2 wins in a row. I thought the day would never come. But you know, the road to 500 absurd wins in a row, it has to go through 2. You know, you can't win a race without running the 2nd mile, unless the race is shorter than a mile. In fact, in many cases, I'm wondering now what kind of governing athletic body uses the Imperial system when it comes to their, you know, distance modifier or distance signifier for space. It's all metric these days, you know? We call it the 1600 meter now. Thank God. We're gonna get a cube of meat or ball of bandages here. And then that's gonna be it. That's very disappointing. I was expecting a deal with the devil, but at some point, you know, you can't just put on a negative face the whole run. Oh, I expected everything to be handed to me on a silver platter. You know, that's the problem with millennials these days. I know, I am a millennial. Am I a millennial? When were millennials born? I don't know, but I hate them. They're everything that's wrong with this planet. I go out to restaurants and I see all these millennials on their cell phones, and they're like, you know, interacting with their friends and talking with their friends on their cell phones, and I'm like, ugh! Whatever happened to face-to-face communication? I mean, I haven't had anybody visit me in my home in 30 years, but if they did, I'd make damn sure to put down the cellular telephone and force my politics onto them. That's what it's all about. Oh, hey, little Brimstone, thank you. I mean, I guess I'd rather have the Fool card, but I'd rather just kind of re-roll everything here, except Ace of Spades, which we can keep. Ooh, Guppy, not Guppy. Spirit Hearts, though. Joker, not Joker. Still, 8 keys. Might as well crack these just to see. Do it again. I mean, you can sort of repeat this nearly endlessly if you get enough sacks, but... Lover's card, not very good. 2 of Spades. Very, very good, actually. And we definitely will go to the curse room here. I don't mean, by the way, the millennial stuff, clearly, at least I thought clearly, was a joke. I'm making fun of the fact that in every, you know, newspaper these days, it's always articles about millennials. Even, like, my mom's pretty savvy. You know, my parents had me when they were relatively young, so I'm 20. I'm 23. Not that it bothers me. No, I'm 27, as mentioned, and slowly building a meta narrative that my age bothers me. But my mom, she's in her early 50s, so she's not particularly aged. You know, she's still hip. She's still with it. And even she was watching the news back when Pokemon Go came out, and she's like, "Are you and Kate playing this Pokemon Go?" You know. She didn't say nonsense, but I could tell from the tone of her voice she wanted to say nonsense. Because you see her on all these news articles, you know, people trespassing, playing Pokemon. Like, I had to, you know, gently explain, because, you know, I owe her a great debt of my entire life, that the people that, you know, are gonna jump into your backyard to catch a freaking Diglett are just dumb. And that it's not because they're millennials, it's just because they're idiots, and they look at it and they say, "It's a Pokemon, I gotta get it." You don't have to get it. I thought I could bomb my way into the boss trap room here. By the way, that's not an anti-Pokemon Go statement. It's fairly universal. I think that, you know, you probably shouldn't trespass on somebody else's property to catch a digital animal, but maybe that's a controversial opinion. I don't think so. Probably not. Okay, this is getting ridiculous here. Well, I think we start by taking Death's Touch. Most of the time you take the one heart item, but this time I think we start like that, and then we go like that, and then we go like that. So we got Flying and Death's Touch and 9 lives. We're probably not going to get to Guppy, but there is a chance that the Guppy dream happens. We don't need it by any stretch of the imagination. I think this was the right way to handle it. We really, I mean, we're nigh unkillable at this point. Bill nigh unkillable as my Titanfall 2 clan tag. You know I love the Tammy's head, but I'm not going to take it here. What we should do is kill all the enemies, pick up the spirit hearts, and then we're going to open the sacks, and then we're going to look at starting to use 2020. We need a battery charge to really get started with it. Alright, thank you. We should also peep the cards. 2 of hearts is not worth it. And you know what? Those ones are going to be too tough to get. I think I'm going to start re-rolling trinkets as well. Okay, what do we do here? Well, you take the spirit hearts. This is an easy way for us to get the full HP. Crack these. We're looking for battery charges. Obviously easy to get here. We don't need keys anymore, in my opinion. We still want to get all these. You want to open the sacks, and you want to open the charges as well, or you want to open the chests, I should say, because then when you re-roll them, you have a chance at turning it into a closed chest again, I believe. I thought that was a Guppy item, and I almost lost my freaking mind. I was very excited. We might want to start picking up keys. And this, like, we can pick up a lot of things without it really negatively affecting us here, because of the fact that we're basically creating infinite consumables. And it's not a challenge at this point to create infinite consumables. You know, we can just do it endlessly to get to pretty much max in all categories. That's not to say that I won't do it, but it's not to say... what it is to say is that... what you say, that you only meant well. Well, of course you did. No, I'm just... Like, sometimes I get these... You'd be surprised, because I know you listening to this, you're a rational human being. But the sum total of the people who watch these is largely great, but occasionally there'll be one person who is like, "I can't believe you fucking idiot. You had the ability to create infinite resources and you didn't do so." Yo, what if I told you that restrictions breed creativity, man? The only true way to free yourself from the, you know, material temptations of this mortal coil is to accept that limitless possessions mean you have no possessions. In this case, infinity approaches 0. At this point, what we're doing effectively is I'm trying to get myself to Guppy's head. That's the ticket here. Is I'm trying to get us all the way down to Guppy's head, and, you know, something like the Joker helps out. We'll at least use that to get something out of Krampus here. The more items, the merrier, but it really comes down to Guppy's head, because that's the big one right now. that's remaining from these possible chests. Okay, we got another Tammy's head, which at this point, maybe the quest should be get as many Tammy's heads as you can. Probably shouldn't have even taken a health upgrade, but it's not gonna probably matter too much. We're hoping to maybe get a Joker card, because if we get a Joker card, we can use that on the next floor. But again, these are like second order concerns, things that are not actually that interesting or worrying to me. Okay, we got Head of the Keeper, which is quite nice. I will probably end up taking, where'd my D20 go? There we go. We have a Mega Satan option now, but I'll probably end up taking, Bob's Brain. I don't think I gained much by not doing so. I wish we could maybe fart off with the troll bombs a little bit, I'll tell you that much. Oh, I used Tammy's head because I lost the D20 somewhere in the wreckage here. Okay, let's try it again. Tears upgrade, that's really good. More, oh, there's a battery. There's only about 100 battery charges, so be careful here. No more troll bombs, please. Guppy's head. Okay, now that we've gotten Guppy's head, we've transformed into Guppy. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Okay, we've done our job. Just escape from this mortal coil. I don't want broken remote though. Any other trinket but broken remote, please. Child leash. That is acceptable. It does basically nothing for us, but I'll take it either way. Hey, we got Steven out of it as well. That is a really good example of, I think, using the D20 the way that I would perfectly like to do so. We'll embrace the absurdity for a while, and you know, if it's a new expansion or something like that, mill them till the cows come home. Check it out. Like I see on Twitter, people think that breaking the game is a measure of skill, and to some extent, I believe that that's probably true. However, in this case, we got nothing to prove. All right, sure, we can have a 4-hour Isaac run, get every item in the game. We're still gonna be back here tomorrow, making more magic happen, hopefully. I think at this point, a judgment matters not. You know, we don't even want the HP that we have, much less more HP. Now, what's more important, fighting Mega Satan or using the Joker to get ridiculously strong? You know, we just fought Mega Satan as the Keeper. Let's let that exist in memory for a little while, and we'll use the Joker card to hopefully make this run that much stronger. And you know what? I think we don't open chests, because with the right permutation here... Nah, that's okay. With the right permutation of, like, a drop on one of these rooms, we could get a bunch of perthro or Yera runes and basically get to the point where, like, a run is unstoppable. Like, if we get more battery charges, there we go, and stuff we don't want. We do want to open that, though. Maybe we don't. I don't know. Maybe we don't. Well, 16 keys we'll never end up using. Another chest, and we're done with this. But that's still, like, I think you see my point. If we just get a room that's a little bit like the previous boss trap room on the cathedral, we could theoretically create a situation in which we've, like, created infinite items, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. But mostly we're just creating, like, 3 items per room, which also seems pretty sweet. Like, that seems, like, very much not a bummer. I realize, like, Head of the Keeper is also paying huge dividends for us right now, because it is generating sacks. Please. Either way, this is actually a much more dynamic Maggie run than you would expect to get on a regular basis. Dude, this is getting a little silly. We should take the D20. We should not take Shoop-the-Whoop. Battery charge. Just trying. Another money plus battery. That's good. Yera? AWAS. Not worth anything. Actually should have re-rolled it, but it's okay. Battery charge? Yes. There we go. There's chest number 1. No battery charge on this one. So that is where this will die, but we do get Juicy Sack out of it anyway. And maybe, if nothing else on this run... By the way, I think this run has been entertaining. We have 11 lives, which is a little silly, but... if nothing else on this run, I'm really gaining even more of an appreciation for the D20. An item that, at least when combined with Sackboy, seems to borderline give you an item per room. Sometimes it gives you 0 items, sometimes it gives you 3 items. This time it gave us 0, and I'm real cheesed off about it. I gotta be honest. Pardon my French. I didn't feel good saying that. I'm not actually that cheesed. This room is asking for a reroll with all those pennies on the ground. You know what? I'll reroll a full run, once. We do have epic fetus there. Please. It's like epic fetus, sad bombs. We're doing like quite a lot of damage here. Actually, no, we're not. Our bombs are not doing very much damage, but our flies are. Okay, so now, what is this rune? Yera? Alges. I think that we should reroll all this, grab Stigmata, which is okay, grab Blood of the Martyr, which is okay, grab Mongo Baby, which is, you guessed it, okay, and then we'll go grab these items finally. Get Sagittarius, another set of items that are pretty much 100% entirely okay. Piercing shots do nothing for us. Occasionally, Taurus might be awesome. We must have like a soy milk or something hiding back here because we're shooting so quickly. We must have the conjoined transformation as well, but we're shooting so quickly that when we generate flies, we generate them at like an alarming rate. You'll see. Like, let me try to demonstrate that if you haven't seen it. This is a perfect opportunity. That's a lot of flies, dude. That's more flies than you generate on an average Guppy shot. At least, you know... I don't have my measuring devices out, but it certainly seems to be. Also a little bit of... Oh, I thought that was rubber cement, but I'm sure that it's actually just the explosions from sad bombs playing tricks on me. I think we've been to the right here. We have. Okay, so I'm going to guess that our boss fight is going to be this way then. It's not an exceptional run. Oh, right. You know what? We rerolled Sackboy, so the D20 is probably, like, out of commission now. We don't have sad bombs. If we don't have sad bombs, how are we generating these shots? It's a weird, like, interaction I was unaware of, I suppose. Either way, this will be a win. In all likelihood, our next run is not going to be as interesting as this one was. And you know what? That's okay. Lightning doesn't strike every night. If it did, it wouldn't be special. That's not an expression that people say, but if you could go ahead and sneak that into a book of quotes, that would be nice. You know what? Yeah, we'll perthro that. We get the mind. It's actually worthless. And 2 of diamonds, which is also completely, you know, without merit at this point in the run. The flies are so good, though. I'm really glad that we put in the due diligence to get that Guppy transformation. We do have scatter bombs, so we got that going for us. But apart from that, it's really just, we're relying on like a mass effect of flies here. Ooh, we have a possible battery charge D20 situation. One more item for old time's sake, perhaps? Nope. Strength card. Not bad. I mean, a lot of this run is not bad, as in, like, it was actually extremely good. Let's close this out strong. Random again. And you know what? I wouldn't mind randoming the Lost. I feel like I'm relatively in the zone. Let's make it happen. Distant Admiration. We got the Beelzebub transformation for what I'm assuming is effectively no benefit right now. I think it's more advantageous for us to just land flies nonstop than it is to actually use our epic fetus bombs at all. Alright, easy win. Fun run, too. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.